Disrespect is a universal problem that each of us has encountered at least once in our lives. It often makes us feel anxious or upset. The Stoics found a solution to this problem. Therefore, in today's video, we will look at 15 Stoic lessons that will help you deal with disrespect. Lesson number 1. Stay calm and do not respond when someone insults, disregards, or provokes you. It is tempting to get angry and take revenge, but responding only makes the situation worse. Take a deep breath and pause when you feel triggered after disrespect. Slowly count to 10, press your tongue to the roof of your mouth. This technique helps quickly calm the nervous system. Remember that an aggressive reaction, even when the impulse seems justified, usually makes things worse. It is better to first get a hold of yourself before reacting, if reacting is even necessary at all. Also, refrain from answering back at the most critical moment. Do not take revenge later when emotions have cooled. Trying to get back at someone through passive-aggressive actions continues the cycle of disrespect. As Marcus Aurelius said, the best response to an offender is to preserve your own character. Your example can help elevate the situation. By showing patience and self-discipline, remain calm when facing disrespect. This balanced strength often diffuses and transforms unstable situations better than reactive anger. Lesson number 2. Consider the source. As Seneca said, the one who is offended when no offense was intended is a fool, but the one who is offended when the offense was intended is also a fool, because a wise person pays no attention to insults. When someone insults or humiliates you, pause to think before reacting. Is their behavior a reflection of their own pain, insecurity, or ignorance, and not an accurate judgment of you? Perhaps they have unresolved problems that distort their reaction. In scenarios like customer service, behavior often arises from stress, not from anything related to you. Do not take fleeting interactions personally. Compassion for their suffering will help you let go of offense. In a broader sense, remember that people's perceptions and assumptions usually say more about them than about external reality. What people attack in you often reflects what they attack in themselves. Their disrespect does not necessarily mean a lack of worth in you. Maintain inner belief in your own value regardless of how others behave. Let insults roll off your back, preserving unshakable dignity. Lesson number 3. Be the bigger person. When you are insulted or treated poorly, pause before reacting negatively. See this as a test of your principles and resilience. Find the wisdom and strength to rise above the desire to retaliate. Respond with calm assertiveness, not aggression. You can set clear boundaries and protect yourself without resorting to insults or meanness in return. Make reasonable requests for behavior change, but do not demand or command. If disrespectful behavior does not stop, know when you must temporarily or permanently remove yourself from the situation or relationship, but do so honestly, not through an explosive outburst or passive-aggressive final jabs. By maintaining composure and respect when provoked, you transform not only the conflict but also your character. Each difficult interaction is a chance to demonstrate principles of understanding, patience, and courage. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you endure trials with a calm soul, misfortune loses its power and burden. Disrespect loses its power to disturb you when you meet it with virtue." Set an inspiring example. Lesson number 4. Focus not on what happens to you, but on how you respond to it. When you are insulted or treated poorly, do not waste energy trying to change another person or endlessly analyzing the situation. You cannot dictate their attitude or behavior, but you can fully control your reaction. Ask yourself constructive questions such as, how can I handle this while maintaining self-control and ethics? What can I learn from this about myself and my principles? What is the most honorable way to move forward? Direct your strength into the sphere you can influence by staying true to your values, acting honestly, calmly asserting fair treatment when possible, and controlling the narrative you tell yourself. Of course, strive to improve circumstances through reasonable action if possible, but without attachment to the outcome. Peace comes when you focus on what is within your power. At times, disrespect may be unavoidable, but you can always choose whether to respond with wisdom and principle or with anxiety and blindness. Your control begins within. Lesson number 5. Accept that some people will inevitably treat you disrespectfully or dislike you. This is not in your power. Carefully examine the reasons why someone might treat you disrespectfully. Perhaps their behavior is driven by completely different values, worldviews, and experiences, and not by anything related to you personally. Remind yourself that people have the right to their preferences and opinions, even if they differ from yours. Do not take differences in taste as a personal insult. There are countless factors beyond your control. Of course, reflect on feedback to understand whether you have opportunities to improve your behavior, but not all criticism is fair or accurate. Determine what reflects the inner problems of the critic and what reflects your own shortcomings. As Buddha taught, some will hate you, others will love you. This is not in your power. Do everything possible to treat everyone kindly, but accept that you will not be liked by everyone. Make peace with this inevitability. Your worth does not depend on pleasing the entire world. Stay inwardly balanced by following your conscience. Skillfully manage your emotions when you are disliked, but do not seek universal approval. It cannot be forced. Lesson number 6. Reflect on whether criticism has merit. Stoics know that all of us have flaws and room for growth. Be thoughtful even with disrespectful feedback. When someone attacks you or mocks aspects of your character, do not react reflexively. Pause and analyze the comments rationally once emotions have passed. Ask yourself, could this criticism highlight a true weakness in me, even if it was expressed harshly? Evaluate its usefulness. Is there room for improvement or virtues to cultivate related to the weaknesses they mentioned? Conduct an honest self-examination before dismissing criticism. Of course, not all feedback is accurate or worth integrating. Use discernment to determine what arises from their issues and what arises from your genuine shortcomings. Reflect with wisdom about the source and motives before fully accepting their criticism. Be grateful to those who offer constructive feedback, even when it hurts. Even offensive remarks can offer a chance for growth if you seek the lesson with humility. Our enemies often point out flaws that friends hide to spare our feelings. Stoics know that all criticism can yield wisdom if you listen. Lesson number 7. Let go of resentment. It is natural to feel hurt when you are insulted or treated poorly, but holding grudges rarely helps in the long term. It energetically ties you to the person who wronged you. Ask yourself whether minor disrespect truly deserves your ongoing emotional investment and desire for revenge. Would it not be better to forgive clumsy behavior that was not deeply malicious and move on? As Marcus Aurelius said, the best response is not to resemble the offender, but to wish them well. Forgiveness demonstrates courage and principle. Of course, not all manifestations of disrespect should be overlooked. Some cross boundaries and require accountability or removal from your life. Use wisdom to distinguish unhealthy patterns requiring boundaries from simple misunderstandings. Mercy is admirable, but in small disputes, a short memory often serves happiness. As Epictetus said, we must control our anger and keep it within tight limits, so that it does not become our master. Avoid inflated conflicts. Self-respecting and wise people know that everyone sometimes speaks or acts clumsily, but kindness, patience, and forgiveness heal disagreements. Renew your spirit by letting go of small resentments. Lesson number 8. Surround yourself with respectful, supportive people. Carefully evaluate your relationships and social circles. Do some people consistently belittle you or ignore your worth? Consider limiting contact with those who bring out the worst in you. Even if you cannot completely cut off communication, such as with difficult family members, minimize the time spent together. Interact only briefly if possible. Gravitate toward those who treat you with basic decency and encourage your growth. Those who share your values do everything possible to support you. Good company uplifts your entire being. Of course, continue showing compassion to even toxic people, but protect your energy. Relationships should empower both sides, not diminish them. Choose connections that shine light, not cast shadows. Life expands exponentially when you allow certain connections to fade so that new, fulfilling relationships can take their place. Relationships aligned with your higher self. Lesson number 9. Do not gossip or complain about disrespect. Venting often makes you dwell on negativity and strengthens the emotional weight of the situation. Speak only with trusted people who will offer healthy support and help you see perspective. Avoid recounting the story to everyone willing to listen, as it intensifies negativity. When you feel the urge to vent or complain, pause first. Ask yourself whether this truly contributes to your growth or simply spreads toxicity. There are better uses of your energy. Complaining can easily become a bad habit if not restrained. As Seneca said, We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Excessive complaints intensify the wound. Instead, shift your attention to constructive action. Seek lessons in difficulties rather than simply talking about sorrow. Transform your experiences into growth, such as practicing forgiveness, courage, and patience. Avoid words that exaggerate the significance of disrespect. Beware of confirmation bias when you seek agreement only from those who share your viewpoint. Look at the situation more broadly. Venting may offer temporary relief, but keeps you in a victim mindset. Approach challenges philosophically within yourself rather than amplifying negativity. Lesson number 10. Keep emotional distance from those who mistreat you. When someone insults you, understand that this speaks more about their problems and character than about your worth as a person. Their opinion arises from their subjective point of view, not from any absolute truth. Do not take attacks personally. Maintain inner belief in your own worth and principles regardless of others. Stay grounded in self-knowledge, not in seeking their approval. Naturally, no one likes being attacked, but you can handle the effect on your spirit. As Marcus Aurelius advised, choose to not feel harmed, and you will not feel harmed. Do not allow others to penetrate your inner peace. You have full control over your dignity and inner world. External factors cannot enter your mind or heart without your consent. Keep your spirit elevated, inaccessible to unjust criticism. Lesson number 11. Preserve your integrity and values. When you are insulted or treated poorly, it is easy to abandon your principles to gain approval, but such reactive tricks only diminish your worth. Instead of playing their game, stand your ground. Continue demonstrating kindness, understanding, and fairness, even if the other person does not reciprocate. During conflict, do not let their behavior drag you down to their level. Stay true to your nature. Believe in your higher purpose. Of course, be ready to analyze your own behavior to understand whether you have areas for improvement, but do not abandon your core principles. Compromise on superficial matters, but not in your soul. By remaining true to your wisdom and conscience, you earn self-respect and integrity. These become your reliable anchor in any conflict. Rational conflict resolution shows true strength and maturity. Lesson number 12. Be polite and professional, but firm with those who mistreat you. Move with the times, but do not allow harmful behavior to go unchecked for the sake of peace. Passivity produces the opposite result. When someone disrespects you, first say politely, "Please do not speak to me that way," or "These remarks were hurtful and unfounded." Give them a chance to recognize and correct their behavior. Assume good intentions initially. Be firm and fair when setting boundaries. Naturally, immediately remove yourself from any interaction that becomes verbally or physically aggressive. Do not stay silent for the sake of etiquette, but even then, it is better to walk away while maintaining your authority and principles. Find strength in embodying the ultimate virtue, care. Many conflicts can be transformed through it. Lesson number 13. Understand that you cannot force others to respect you. When you are disrespected, you may feel tempted to explode or to yield, attempting to force respect through intimidation or people-pleasing. But these strategies further undermine your dignity. True respect cannot be compelled. It arises from others' own judgments and inner state. Attempts to control their behavior from the outside will lead only to disappointment and a loss of personal power. Instead, focus on self-respect by upholding your own standards of integrity, regardless of how others act. Your example and principles are your strength. As Gandhi said, "I cannot teach you violence because I do not believe in it. I can only teach you to not bow your head before anyone, even at the cost of your life." Stand tall. When you maintain calm and ethics despite poor treatment, you earn self-respect through courage and virtue. Inherent dignity shines brightly enough on its own. Cultivate it within yourself first. Lesson number 14. Focus on the positive aspects of life. When you are insulted or treated poorly, it is easy to fall into self-pity and fixate on the negative. But dwelling in a victim mindset creates more misery and distorts perception. Shift attention to gratitude, your strengths, and your valuable contributions. Remember all the people in your life who love, respect, and support you. Revisit your achievements and opportunities. Think about the positive qualities of the disrespectful person. Their flaws may coexist with good intentions and virtues in areas you do not see. Acknowledge the fundamental human dignity in everyone. You are endowed with gifts you can offer, and you are worthy of respect simply by existing. Release the attachment to receiving approval from every person. Peace comes from within, not from external validation. Focusing on the light during darkness provides perspective and protects from distorted thinking. Be proud of your strengths while staying humble and grounded. As Carl Jung said, "I am not what happened to me, but what I choose to become." Your circumstances do not determine your worth. Shine without losing hope. Lesson number 15. View life's ups and downs from a higher perspective. If you are involved in conflict or being mistreated, remember how you overcame similar challenges in the past. Even if they felt overwhelming at the time, you became stronger. This too will pass. See difficult situations as opportunities to demonstrate principles of understanding, resilience, and grace under pressure. How you respond defines you more than what happens. Endure with dignity as the greats you admire did. Think about how insignificant a moment of disrespect will seem years from now. Keep perspective. Of course, take reasonable steps to set healthy boundaries and uphold fairness, but do so patiently, with the bigger picture in mind. Temporary conflicts should not distract you from your higher goals. Approach trials with the wisdom of someone who has overcome greater challenges. If you felt that any of these Stoic lessons resonated with you today, do not hesitate to start a Stoic discussion, for this is exactly what great Stoics such as Marcus Aurelius and Seneca encouraged. If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it. And if you want more content like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching, and as always, I hope you find peace and tranquility.